You just got called. You just got called Ricky. You just got called Ricky.
Don't talk to me.
I wasn't the
You don't talk to me.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. We're going to do a little. Like that. Figure it out. All right, gonna take a look at this question here. So what's happening in process number 1?
Being boiled.
It's vaporized or boiled, right? Whatever word you want to use. Okay, good. What's happening in process number 2?
It's associating.
Nope, it's not associating.
Oh, wait.
I don't know. So the first one is vaporizing. The
First one's
second one-
vaporizing. What's the second?
Are they separating? The molecules?
It's decomposing. It's decomposition. Okay. All right, so what inter and intramolecular attractive forces are being overcome in each of those processes? In the first one, what is being overcome by the addition of 44 kilojoules per mole of energy? For each of the 2 processes, identify the types of intermolecular or intramolecular attractive forces that must be overcome for the process to occur. What do I know? What do you think it is? Let me ask this. In process 1, are we overcoming intermolecular or intramolecular? Intermolecular. Okay. So we have options now. What intermolecular forces are we overcoming to vaporize the water? Hydrogen bonding and what? And dispersion. Good.
Oh, yeah, because hydrogen, oxygen.
What was the second one again, Mr. Fail? It wasn't. London dispersion.
Hydrogen bonding and London dispersion.
No, like the process 2. What was that called? With the C?
Decomposition.
Decomposition.
C wasn't even a C. That's right.
It was almost a C.
All right. In process number 2, are we overcoming intermolecular or intramolecular forces? Intra. So now we have choices of ionic, covalent, or metallic. Which one is it?
Covalent.
Covalent. So we're breaking the covalent bonds, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Is covalent why again? Say it again, Mr. Joe. Say why
It's a covalent molecule. It's water, for crying out loud, right? Huh?
Did you say
It's water. H2O, water. I'm drinking a glass of it now. Right? Then 104.5 degrees, covalent,
I was
Molecule.
thinking that one.
Why whenever you have like a glass cup, you just call that glass, but if you have like a styrofoam cup, you have to call that like a styrofoam cup. Why couldn't you just call it styrofoam? I'm drinking styrofoam water.
He's
so
Call
dumb.
whatever you want.
This one was fake life. The first
Yeah. We live in a postmodern world. Nothing means anything. Call whatever you want to, whatever you
That's
want.
so Thomas Riddle. That is so.
We can call it
I don't live in a postmodern world. Everybody else does.
We can call it hydrogen bonding, even
I'm
though it's just
still,
attraction.
I'm still happily stuck in the sanity is not postmodern. But
When you retire, you're gonna move into a log cabin in the mountains.
no. What we're trying to get to,
Are you gonna build it yourself, or are you gonna have to? Do you have air conditioning?
not probably not. I will raise.
Speaking of.
I mean,
Why,
it's-
would you watch it?
Wait, you wrote about this?
What did you get?
Probably not.
Ivy League schools.
I get her a little windy. I would like to read it. All right, indicate whether you agree or disagree with the statement in the box below. Support your answer with a short explanation. So the statement is, when water boils, H2O molecules break apart to form hydrogen molecules and oxygen molecules. Do you agree?
No.
No,
Good. No, do not agree with that statement because it's false. Okay.
so why do we believe that it is false?
Why do you think it's false? Give me a short explanation.
Because it's not decomposing, it's still water, it's just in a gaseous state.
Ah,
as
very
opposed to
good.
a liquid state.
Because boiling is a physical change, right? Not a chemical change. So it's still water, so no chemical bonds are being broken.
Oh, chill. Well, I'm not doing it right now, so I can talk about it. Yeah, I can.
All right? Next question. I don't even know what this question is. We'll just figure this one out together. For each process listed below, describe the process occurring and name the type of intramolecular or intermolecular force that is broken. Okay? Very good. What's happening in A?
Would you say vaporizing?
What now?
Vaporizing.
That's vaporizing, right?
It's getting bold.
Okay.
Liquid to a gas, that's vaporizing. It's still C10H8, right? So no chemical change took place, just a change of state. So liquid to gas, that's physical vaporization. So what was being overcome there? Specifically, London dispersion, okay? Just remember that all hydrocarbons are going to be non-polar substances. So it's all London dispersion, no dipole-dipole.
Hydrocarbons are not polar.
I just have written that down, but I'm just gonna write it down.
It's called fighting improves comprehension.
It does. It does.
Yeah, I literally have it right here.
All right, part B, carbon to carbon, but one is diamond and one is graphite. So these are two different allotropes of carbon.
So in
Allotropes. So are we doing a physical or a chemical change?
physical.
Chemical.
What?
Because the allotropes have different bonding. Allotropes have different bonding. Okay. Right? So like O2 and O3 are chemically different. So these are chemically different things, diamond and graphite. So to go from diamond to graphite, you've got to change what? Or break what? Intramolecular force, specifically what? Talk about this.
Are you saying inter or intra?
Intra. Chemical bond.
That would be.
This is a chemical change, graphite. to
Wait.
diamond.
I know it's
I don't know. Like,
This is not basketball stuff, right?
Yeah, it's not
It's like the same thing.
Go back.
It's like the same thing as
Go back.
ethanol and dimethyl ether.
I mean, let me get my stuff.
So, like,
All right, so what are we changing? Intermolecular force, what's the bonding in a pure sample of pure carbon? This is not a hard question. Is carbon a metal?
No,
Okay, so it's not metallic bonding, right?
this is covalent
Is
bond.
carbon containing metal?
No,
No, so it's not ionic bonding. So what is it?
covalent.
Covalent bonding. How hard is that, huh? Right? It's covalent bonding. Okay? Specifically, single covalent bonds being broken and reformed in a different little arrangement. You go from graphite to diamond, or vice versa, diamond to graphite, whatever.
How difficult would it be to change graphite to diamond?
It's difficult, but they do it. I mean, they got, it's a whole market now for these.
So if I squeezed it.
They're not fake diamonds, they're,
I don't think you should.
synthetic diamonds, the whole thing.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that, I didn't mean that in it.
I saw something on Shark Tank one time when you could have your pet's ashes or your loved one's ashes sent off to this company and they would make a diamond out of it. Make a piece of jewelry out of the remains of your pet or mother or whoever.
Good ideas.
I don't know whether that's really
That
good.
sounds off with like a nose with like, you know?
I mean, it's
Scrub
something
Daddy
this
was
guy
the
was
best thing
making.
ever. Scrub Daddy, you know, like the smiley face.
Yeah, I saw
Those
one at
kind of
Target.
thing.
It was called Scrub Mommy. It was.
Yeah, they have a scrub mommy.
They had like a whole scrub.
It
thing.
was
Scrub
something
baby,
called
the
Scrub
baby bottles.
Baby.
They also made, you know, the Ring doorbells. Those came off of Shark Tank.
Yeah. There was one that was on Shark Tank this one time, and it was like you can make your own nut milk, but I don't think they didn't really take it there.
Disgusting.
Bro.
It's not.
No, it's like
milk.
almond
It's
milk and like
it's nut water. I don't
cashew
like
milk.
it.
So bad.
Oh my God.
Nuts don't produce milk.
Well, but.
They don't.
How do you milk an almond? I don't.
You don't? Water.
I think that's what you do.
I mean,
Another point of irritation for me is,
no, I did it. You know, like almond milk is good.
I've never tried it. I don't like the fact that they call it almond milk. There's no such thing as
It's like,
almond milk.
it's like they're
Well,
advertising
yeah,
a lie,
but
so
you
what
know,
else
like
is
vegans have
there?
eggs, you know, so it's like a vegan egg.
There's no such thing as a vegan egg.
That's what I'm saying. It's the
It's
same
fake.
thing though.
No, but it's not.
But
Name it
still
something
people
else.
still
There's
call
no
it
such
vegan.
thing. I know, but that irritates me. Because there's no such thing as a
Vegan
vegan
egg.
egg.
It's like
There's
hydrogen.
no
Or like
such thing
vegan
as
egg.
almond milk.
It's called a vegan.
There's
Like,
no
are you
such thing as
veg?
vegan
They're
egg.
talking about that last week.
No, there's no such thing as almond milk.
It's almond.
It's
almond
No,
water. Milk.
almond tea, you guys. Almond
Mammals
tea.
make milk.
It's
It's just some kind of juice or something. Almonds don't have juice in them, so I don't know what it is. They just pulverize up the almond and mix it with water or something. I don't know how they make it, but it's not milk.
I want to set up.
Okay, you can have almond tea.
Okay.
You can make a tea out of anything that you boil in water. That's a tea. So if you boil almonds in water and drink it, that's almond tea. There's no such thing as almond milk. Milk has to come from a mammal.
It's a term like this, it's like mammalian milk.
Eggs only come from birds. Therefore, they would not be classified as vegan. So a vegan egg is a completely ridiculous thing.
I think it's
Like
like
vegan
vegan.
eggs.
We're going by like strawberry milk, and they're like
Like cauliflower or something?
like
Vegan egg, but it's just like cauliflower.
something so vegan.
Something that doesn't make sense. It's not an egg, it's just a vegetable.
Well,
It's just.
the level of ignorance in our society is
That's also
astonishingly
beyond
high.
me. What is?
Mr. Kidder, can you give a simple definition of allotrope? I couldn't find it.
Allotrope, all right, simple definition of allotrope, here we go. Same element. Now, let's get simple here. Hang on a minute.
Oh my, what was that?
Wasn't it?
Oh,
same
all right,
element?
staples. I don't know what it was. Let me see, okay.
I thought you said same element.
Staples. It's same, it's different forms of the same element. Okay, copy that. I'll clean that
Say
up later.
different forms of the same element.
Yep.
how this.
Examples are oxygen and ozone, it's O2 and O3, graphite and carbon, there's others. Those are the two most common.
Mr. Darrell, you look so concerned.
I didn't know,
Right, yeah.
what just failed, because I'm like, what did they even have here? But the guy do the box of staples. All right, what's C? What's happening in C?
Wait, it's,
Melting.
Melting, very good. Okay, what are you overcoming when you melt water?
a physical change.
Physical change. Okay, good. What are you overcoming?
Molecular forces.
Intermolecular. Is it intermolecular?
Specifics.
London
London
dispersion and
dispersion and
hydrogen
hydrogen
bonding.
bonding.
Dispersion, hydrogen bonding, very good.
Wow. I need everyone in my body like snap. What? It's like they're not popping enough.
Okay, how about D? How about D?
Dissociate?
Yeah.
What's happening in D? You said it. What
Oh,
is it?
dissociation.
That's dissociation.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me write that
Yeah.
down. Write that down.
So why isn't it put as K plus and Cl minus?
Could be written that way. Doesn't have to be written that way.
Oh,
It's dissociation.
Ionic compounds dissolved by dissociation.
Dissociation, and what is it? So that's, is that a chemical change?
It is not.
So it's still physical?
It's
Because
change.
it's not too
This
different.
is where things get a little interesting. Okay. So is that a physical or a chemical change? So it's physical, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So what's being overcome to do that? To dissociate an ionic compound.
intramolecular.
Be specific.
London
That
dispersion.
would, that
No.
would, that would
No.
ionic bond.
An ionic bond.
I don't know what the difference is.
Okay, so is an ionic bond an intra or intermolecular force?
We can ion
That's an intro.
Okay, maybe, sort of. So ionic bonds are weird, okay? Ionic bonds are not really chemical bonds, okay? We call them chemical bonds. We're going to continue to call them chemical bonds. Every chemistry class you ever take, they're going to be grouped into that category, okay? But they're kind of technically not, and they kind of technically are, okay? It's sort of a gray area. So, because it's not an overlapping of, it's not a sharing of electrons, it's not an overlapping of orbitals, it's an exchange of electrons. It's really just an electrostatic sticking of a positive and negative thing, right? So,
Magnets.
yeah, it's kind of like two magnets. So, it's a physical separation of two things that were just stuck together. So, ionic bond's kind of weird.
Well, they're not.
Well, specifically, we just need to say ionic bonding and not worry about whether it's intra or inter as much. We just need to recognize that that's the specific. That's why we got to be specific.
So it's a physical change of two, of
Yes.
them sticking together. So they're just sticking together, they're not really bonded.
Well, we call it, they're bonded, but it's not an overlapping of orbitals type of bonding.
Okay.
Unless you think of an ionic bond as an extremely polar covalent bond, which is another way to look at it, which makes them totally different. But anyway, it gets a little complicated. In the box below, complete a particle representation diagram that includes 3 water molecules with proper orientation around a chloride ion. This is like weirdly not on the paper, but whatever. So if that's the way they want the water molecule to look, like Mickey Mouse, right? Okay, so how are we going to orientate those 3 molecules around this chloride anion?
You're gonna have the hydrogen spacing towards the central atom.
Yeah, so
Oh, look at that.
There's a bunch of little space features.
yeah, something like that. Everybody good with that?
No, I'm not explaining.
What?
What's happening? Like, I'm saying it, like, what's
The
going
same thing we just took a quiz on like 2 days ago, right? Drew the picture, the same thing on a quiz. That I just handed back to you. So take the quiz that I
No,
just
I
handed
know,
back to you.
I'm
Look at it.
saying the little, like, ears of people, that's the hydrogen.
Uh-huh.
It didn't have it, so I was like,
Okay, count for each of the following observations about pairs of substances. In your answers, use appropriate principles of chemical bonding and or intermolecular forces. In each part, your answer must include references to both substances. So y'all read those 4 statements and we'll talk about them. While I'm thinking about it just a minute, I made your test out for Thursday. So it's got, what did we say, 15 multiple choice,
And
2 free response. It's got bonus on it, and the bonus is about intermolecular forces. So we talked about since Unit 2 ended. And what we've talked about so far in Unit 3 is the bonus.
Really,
There are 4 bonus questions, 5 points each, all 3 responses.
What, wait, so we're talking
You know,
about-
Lululemon is considered like an athletic brand.
he said Anna.
They're the 4th most popular athletic brand in the world.
Just so like obnoxiously expensive.
I don't know, I just didn't really think of Lululemon as an
Imagine-
athletic brand.
Imagine going to.
That's all they've ever
been
to.
Yeah,
like,
That's all
that's
they
what
did, is
they're
that, but
I don't know.
it's just really stylish.
They didn't
I
get
mean, that's probably why I didn't really think about it.
By the way,
Yeah.
take this.
Lululemon is-
Cause I gotta clean up a little bit. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna let you clean that. Trash that now. I wouldn't want to do that. Yeah, I don't think I put my lunch on it. It's makes me bad.
Yeah.
You have to wash your hands now.
Yeah.
Are the questions on the AP classroom like you said, or did you change it?
They are all, they think
So everything we're talking about right now is intermolecular.
No, Jay.
That's what the unit is about, yeah.
It's a little
Intermolecular
combination.
Huh?
It's a little bit of
Right,
a
well,
combination.
one doesn't go without the other.
This.
It all builds on it, so.
This is a lot to write, hold on.
Like, get, like, nice to read.
You said intro, right, for bonus?
Yes.
Yes, and they're, well, and they're all free response 5 points apiece.
And then there's 4 of them.
Alright.
Mr. Cato, I got a notification on my phone when you were doing chemistry, it's like, Cato is live now, well, it's chemistry class.
I've heard of that real quick.
Did you say something in an hour?
Is that what you said? Oh, I thought that's a great example. Like,
Mr. Cato, so what are you gonna do when you, like, when your son graduates? Are you gonna go to Georgia or are you gonna stay here?
I'm probably going to go to Georgia.
Are you gonna like be a professor or just still on your like?
I
Are
will
you gonna work out
probably
of college?
just teach high school, huh? I will probably just continue to teach high school, but I might try college, I don't know.
Why don't you
Like,
like?
why have college?
I'm like gonna find which college you're going to so that I can take your class.
Well, the problem is I probably wouldn't make enough money.
No?
Why? They don't,
I
professors
mean,
don't
how
make
many
it
like teaching high school and college?
I'll do that. And I haven't looked too deep into the Georgia thing, but I don't know exactly what the figures are. That is more than West Georgia pays their professors.
Chicago, what do you think about the Chicago Bears?
That's.
Not much.
Not much.
What about
No,
the
this is too
Eagles?
much for my head.
Haven't kept up.
Have you ever
Take
went
a
to
picture,
Arden?
send it.
Like,
Did you?
I put the notes, yeah, I put the notes and then they can just look at those. I'll just write the answers. and have it kind of-
JSU, I have 3 degrees from JSU, I got 2 years of coursework at UAB and 3 from Alabama.
I know what
3
we need to
years
talk
of
about.
coursework at West Alabama.
We're gonna get through this lesson, but we need to talk about nuclear machine medicine, or something, you know what I'm talking about? Nuclear medicine, like being, no, nuclear medicine technologies. What is that? Like, tell me, like,
Probably somebody who does radiation treatments on cancer patients.
is that like a bad thing to do? I know like radiation is dangerous, but like, is that bad for a dog?
I think so.
Remember, we talked about like studying research, but they don't make a lot. So like,
I was thinking about going to UF. They're just like so liberal. It's like yes on my notes. You know, like
Well, most universities have.
it's just in the
Guys, I
guys.
remember when
It's hard to find one.
And like they're so like angry at conservatives all the time. And like
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
play political, but like right now,
you
that
know?
took too
Like
long
I
and that
don't
name.
usually.
Wow.
And that kind of stuff.
Because looking for an apolitical type place, it's not.
No.
are you taking the SAT?
Well, I just don't want to be bombarded.
I took I put the one I took
Alabama's
back in
apparently
March.
considered
I made a
top
30
10
cent
most homophobic
I
colleges
use that
in
one,
the
and if I want to take
country.
it,
Like I had someone that goes
but
to
I'm rocking.
tell
I'm
me
gonna wait till I take.
that I need to like get all of my like church posts, like for example, like all the posts that I make about my church. Off of my like Instagram because they're not gonna accept me if it's like I go to church or something. I'm like, are you really like real right
If
now?
that's true, then I would.
That's what I'm saying, like, yeah.
That's like a Christian school not letting, like, that's like, yeah, I don't know, like,
Seriously.
See, a
like-
Christian school can do that.
Yeah, that's different.
I mean, sort of private. Public school can actually do that.
I
So
mean,
if that were actually true and somebody could prove it, then that's an easy lawsuit.
How do you feel about all that affirmative action stuff that happened over the summer?
That's the question.
That made me turn my neck.
Where's that?
That makes me think of that guy who
I
did get
think
into his
that
dream school,
everybody
like he
should be
blamed it on
admitted to
affirmative action
whatever
and black
you do
people.
based off of your personal.
What's his name?
I don't think color should be a part of it at all. Or sex, or race, or anything else. You fill out a college application, it should be filled out in a way that nobody would know any of that
like,
stuff about. And then go from there.
Harvard was getting sued on litigation saying after COVID.
No, it's.
Yeah, I remember that, cause he made like a 36, and like, he had like,
Forty.
At least 40.
or,
Affirmative action.
Maybe once you
System.
it's okay.
I actually mentioned that in my
I think he was like a part of like
The
Harvard.
Harvard
Harvard
board
was
director was
cool.
caught
He
selling
was so
body
young.
parts off the black market. I was
You ain't
right.
getting the Harvard, you mad.
Because I was saying
I think
that
we need to get
Biden,
into
spend like $70
Oh,
billion
And I
in
like
science
that.
schools could instead be, you know,
I saw that.
like going towards personal goals and, stuff that'll help you start a business. They're saying.
That's not it. I don't know.
It needs to be one that has what you want to do. And that it needs to be
Financially reasonable.
financially reasonable is a good way to put it. So you have to balance out cost versus, it's just like any other financial decision. Is it worth it, right? And that's going to depend on mostly what your career field is.
Is that like cost of operation?
Yeah, so like take JSU as an example, right? That's what you want to do, right? Like my daughter, for example, is a nurse, right? Best nursing school in the state. It's right here at home. By far, not only the best nursing degree she can get, it's by far the cheapest because she can do it at home.
Yeah.
So she'll be out, she'll owe nobody anything. And then she'll graduate debt free with a bachelor's in nursing. As good a school as good a public nursing school as you're gonna go to. You could go to Emory or Vanderbilt or, I'm sure Harvard has a nursing degree or whatever, but that's pretty much out there. But for the money, it's absolutely the best choice.
So it's just one free.
No, not for free. she's not borrowing, she doesn't have to borrow money because it's affordable. It's between her little scholarship she got, she gets got some scholarship money for her grades. And the rest of it is doable, she can work and pay the rest of it, because it's not outrageous amounts of money. It's a lot, it's expensive, she has working a lot, doing a lot, but it's not so much that you can't, but our whole college system has gotten so out of whack that it's to where if you go off to school, like you can't afford it. Like it's not doable for somebody to quote work their way through school anymore. And that's on purpose, because they want you to borrow money, because the whole student loan system is such a racket. It's just a complete scam, government racket. And that's, but they want you sucked into it. Because once they got you, they got you. You can get through school. I'll just say this, whatever decision you make, do not borrow money to go to school unless it is your absolute last option. There is no other way you can possibly pull this off without borrowing money. Don't borrow money to go to school. It's one of the worst financial things you can do. So, you just have to do it, and you have to do it, but don't exhaust every possible option. Junior college, whatever, stay at home, go to Gadsden for 2 years, go to JSU for 2 years, then go to grad school somewhere in some big name school. There's so many paths. And always remember this, your terminal degree is the one that really matters, right? So let's just say, like, for instance, you want to do math, right? Let's just, you want to get math. Okay. You could go to Gadsden State for 2 years, go to JSU for year 3 and 4, and get a math degree. You do well and have a good GPA, and you could go to graduate school for math, and get a master's in math from any other place you wanted to go, and save yourself tens of thousands of dollars. Because the Gadsden State and the JSU part would be so expensive for you that between the scholarship you're going to get, your GPA and a little ACT score, whatever, you're going to get a little something up there. Elizabeth got something. And then the rest of it is to be covered by a little part-time job. So you can get that 4-year degree at JSU, and it won't cost you anything. And then you can go, or not won't cost you borrowed money. So it will cost you tens of thousands of dollars, but it won't be borrowed money. And then you can go on to grad school, and you can cash flow that, because then you can get your little job somewhere, a pretty good job, and go to grad school on the side. And then you get a master's in math or whatever school you want to. And then that's your terminal degree. So if you just say you get that from Alabama, let's say, okay, well, your master's is from Alabama, and you have the same master's from the University of Math, the University of Alabama, as the student who left from Jacksonville High School and went to Alabama all 6 years. Except they've got a $100,000 loan to pay back, and you don't. But you both have a master's degree from the University of Alabama. So when you two walk in to apply for your first job, you both have a master's degree from the University of Alabama in mathematics. Exactly the same. They owe $100,000. You don't. So you are financially a million miles ahead of them at 25 years old. Because they're broke.
Is that what you did? Is that what you did?
Well, I had a full ride to play ball, so my situation was different. If you get a full scholarship somewhere, you go. Like that's absolutely go wherever you. If you get a full ride to wherever you go, that's nothing. It costs you nothing, right? Don't do what some stupid people do and get a full ride somewhere and then take out a student loan so they need out 6 nights a week, right? Keep their fingernails and their hair fixed up, or buy themselves a car or a $2,000 bicycle to go to class on, and stuff like that. But there's people that do that. They have a full ride to a major university and they graduate with $50,000 for student loan debt because they decided they were just going to sit down there and live some high in the sky glamorous life because they saw it on TV that's all you do in college is go to class for an hour a day and then sit around the student commons and chill and then party all the time instead of doing what real college students do, and that's go to class 4 hours a day and study 4 hours a day and work 5-6 hours a day and try to sleep somewhere. That's what real college students do, not what you see on TV. What you see on TV, those people all flunk out at Christmas. they make it a semester and they're gone, right? So, but people go try to live that life. And
So what
you
about?
can't party and hang out all the time, because you're either going to not study or you're going to not work. One of those two things has to go if you're going to just chill and study all the time, or not chill and party all the time, right? You can't study or you can't work. If you don't study, you fail. If you don't work, you gotta go borrow money to live off of. And that's, both things are dumb and detrimental to your future. But, you know, you gotta do what you got. There's ways to get to where you wanna go without borrowing money. And the university that you apply to is not gonna tell you that, okay? The government is sure not gonna tell you that. The government's gonna tell you that you have to borrow money to go to school, okay? Because they want you to borrow money, because they want you trapped, right? And that's a horrible, horrible thing. And all this student loan debt mess, you know, they were trying to cancel it, and the Supreme Court said you can't do that. So now everybody starts, in fact, I think it starts this week, people have to start paying it back, right? They froze all their payments for about 3 years since COVID. That was one of the COVID relief deals, trying to free your student loans. But they've been accruing interest for a while, and then they stopped that, and they said, we're gonna just cancel them all together. And the Supreme Court said, no, you can't do that. These people have to pay back what they owe, which only seems like common sense to me, right? Why wouldn't you think that you had to pay back what you borrowed, right? What world do we live in when people think you don't have to do that? But anyway, that all starts back next week, and these people like start bankrupt people. They don't even have any idea how they're going to pay for it. Like, you made a horrible decision, and the government's talking about, we're going to help you and help you and help you. Well, the number one thing that they should do, the one and only thing the government should do to fix the student loan debt is to do away with student loans. Stop loaning people money to go to school, because that's why tuition keeps going up, because there's this infinite supply of money. And the universities know that all they have to do is they can raise tuition anytime they want to, and they're not going to lose any customers, because it's all being financed by funding and finance leveraged money from the government, which is endless, because the U.S. government just makes up money. So that's why tuition keeps rising. Tuition's inflating at like 5 times the inflation rate of everything else. Yeah, because nobody cares if they raise tuition, because they don't see the actual cost, because it's just a pass through. They don't even see the money that they borrow. When you make a student loan, the money never comes to you, so you never actually have to write the check. Okay, so like Elizabeth when she started this semester, she had to go and take her debit card with her name on it from her checking account and swipe it and pay her tuition. Okay, there is a mental thing that goes along with that you go, oh my gosh, I just spent $4,000, right? Okay, the scholarship, she never saw that money. It just, there's a little line on a screen that says $7,500, you know, whatever she got. The other $4,500, she had to pay for it herself out of her account. And that changes your entire mindset. That makes it real, right? She saved all that money up, right? Handing out chicken sandwiches up at Chick-fil-A, you know, and she had to swipe that card. It makes it real. And if you have a student loan, you don't ever see the money. You got no skin in the game. At least you don't think you do, until 6 months after, 6 weeks or 6 months, whatever it is after you graduate, and they hit you with the bill. And it's more than most people's mortgages. And you're 22 years old and got an entry-level position somewhere, not making enough money to pay that kind of thing. So you're hurting. You're going to be living under a really slummy apartment somewhere because you can't afford anything else. And student loan debt is the only debt that's non-bankruptable. If you declare bankruptcy, they can wipe out everything you owe except student loan. You have to pay that back. The only thing that gets you out of student loan is debt. It's a terrible, terrible system. But that's, they're helping you. They're helping you go to school, helping you get an education. They're setting you up for total bankruptcy. Set you up for financial failure, because they hit you with those payments on tens and tens of thousands of dollars, and you can't afford it because all right, you get a master's in mathematics. Okay, one day you'll make 6-figure salary, but not not the day after you graduate college, you're not. You're gonna make about 40 grand, 50, 60, maybe, right? And then as soon as you prove yourself in some place, one day, yeah, you pretty soon, in 10 years, you're probably making 6 figures, but you're not gonna be making it first start out. But that mortgage, that loan payment's coming,
Whether you want it or
whether
not.
you want it or not. And they don't care if you can make that payment and put a roof over your head and have a car and eat. They don't care. That payment's coming. And it's government, according to the government, it's the priority. But you can't make it. It's not make it. It will be paid back or you die. That's the deal. Only way you get out of it.
So what about grants? Like I said,
Grant's different.
are they good?
Grant's different. You don't pay that back. So, but you're not going to get a grant unless, and I don't know anybody in your situation, but you're not going to get a grant